Hi gang, Rob here. It's the afternoon of 12 November 2016. You have stumbled onto the third installment of my 3-video series regarding my trip to the Wilfred Works in Shelburne, Indiana to visit the lair of custom knife master Tony Bose and his son and equally talented Reese. The visit was put together by my buddy Evan Nicolaides of Esnick's Customs. And during a trip up from Sarasota to visit Tony and work in the shop a little bit, with Tony's blessing, Evan invited me to come along. This third installment in the series is going to be my interview of Tony Bose and Evan Nicolaides, and just sit back and enjoy the information flowing from one generation to the next. It's very cool. By the way, the previous 2 videos in the series will be linked in the description of this video, so if you happen to catch this one first, you can go back and watch the other 2. Enjoy it, my friends. See you after the video.
Yeah, we'll round him up. Set his ass down there.
Evan, what are you doing? Oh, look who's here.
Hey, Rob.
It's Evan Nicolaides.
How you doing, guys?
They said they're doing well. How are you?
Couldn't be better here with Tony.
Looks like you're working on a split back whittler.
Yes, my first attempt at first successful attempt at a split back whittler on the Carpenter whittler frame with some nice bark mammoth ivory. Nice tight fit with all the blades.
Looking good.
Getting it nice and clean. Not perfect, but I don't know if you can make a perfect handmade knife.
And it's kind of got an innovative design feature. A lot of guys go with these really long coping blades in these whittlers. They're like as long as the pen, but Evan solved
I gave it a
problem.
nubber.
We were making fun of Evan for the nubber.
Yep. So if you see the pen's significantly longer.
Well, it's so you can reveal the beauty of the pen blade, even if it's...
I say it so you can really get in there and get into those tight spots whittling some nice wood.
We know this is true. There are never mistakes in knife making. There are design changes.
Yes, sir. They're innovative.
They're innovative. What
innovative knife design.
Let's get a shot of the blades from the top so we can see how far that tip of that main extends through the tangs of the secondaries.
And you can see them there. You'll see how it passes the run-up.
Isn't that something?
On those blades. With a 60 thousandths thick center liner, where the regular liners are 50 thousandths thick. And you can see the mill reliefs in there. If you can catch that.
I don't know if we picked that up or not.
Let's see if we can catch it in the light.
There we got it. So much like the Case Bose collaborations you've seen on this channel, the liners have milled relief, so there's you have raised round bosses that would emulate washers or bearings right in the steel liner.
It's essentially a built-in washer, and that prevents it allows for a smoother action, and it also prevents the tang from getting scratched up.
Right.
So just an extra nice little feature on a custom knife.
A little custom touch.
And you can see that these tangs are not getting scratched up as they're rotating around.
Even the secondaries have milled relief.
Yes, they do.
Ooh.
And even the center liner is mill relieved. So if we can open it up here, you might be able to get a good look at that. Is that the light catching it?
Yeah, just hold still so it'll focus. Maybe. There we go. Beautiful. That's a beauty.
Thank you very much.
You want to sit down and talk a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can talk about Tony behind his back. Oh, wait. Wait. No, we can't. He's right there. Okay, guys, I'm going to stay out of this shot. We've got 2 generations of traditional knife making in front of the camera. Of course, Tony Bose and Evan Nicolaides. Tell me, Evan, tell me how you became aware of Tony.
Well, As soon as I got into collecting pocket knives, Tony was the legendary knife maker. Of course, everybody's heard of Tony Bose. I just
Let me just say I'm not so famous around my kitchen.
Occasionally you get in trouble?
It's not hard for me.
No.
Yep. But I don't know. When I got into making pocket knives, I had never met a knife maker after I started trying my hand at customs, and one day I decided to give Tony a call. I've got in-laws in just north of Indianapolis, so I thought I'd give it a shot to see if Tony would be willing to have me in his shop for a day.
And I imagine it was a pretty difficult process. You had like an agent to go through and some security detail and
Yep, just a lucky shot.
the personal assistant who screens the phone calls.
Well,
So how many months did it take you to actually get a
That's
hold
what
of
that
Tony?
boy from Ireland said. I didn't think I'd get to talk to you. I figured I'd have to talk to your people. I said, buddy, I ain't got any people.
So you reached out.
Yep, reached out, and Tony welcomed me. Appreciate the hospitality as always, and taught me a few things, more than a few things. And every time I pay Tony a visit, my quality of work improves tremendously.
I want it to live on. You know what I mean? I'll help anybody that asks me. Tell them anything I know. Give them. I've sent patterns all over the world.
That's so amazing.
Well, they're the ones that got to make them.
Yeah.
A lot of these old patterns, people didn't even know what they were. They'd never seen them, you know. And I just think they're neat, and I think that they ought to be available to everybody.
Yeah, it's greatly appreciated. And thank you very much, Tony, for everything.
You're welcome.
I-
Like I said, you're the guys got to make it.
Yep.
Well, it's a real honor for me to be here too. It's I don't get to make very many trips every year to visit places of significance in knife making, and this is a highlight of my year.
Well, I appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed your trip down here.
I sure did. I really appreciate your hospitality and your openness.
Hey, I like to talk about pocket knives. Somebody will listen.
Yep.
You know, for a legend, you're a pretty regular guy.
I have a little woman that takes care of any ego problems that make them.
I got one of those too.
Yeah, they're good to have around.
Yeah, it's in their handbook, you know.
Hers isn't sarcastic, is she?
No,
No, mine's not either.
no, not in at all.
Not at all. No.
Blunt and straightforward.
Well, I'll go to a show somewhere and get to thinking I'm somebody, and I come home and it's, hey, asshole, go empty the garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a good wife too that humbles me.
Keep you grounded, don't you? Hey, it's just a pocket knife. We're not curing cancer.
Yeah.
That's right. But we can cut our sandwich at lunch with them. Doggone it.
I'd say we're all passionate, very passionate about them.
Yeah.
It takes a passion to get into them like
Oh,
that.
I think there's people born with a knife gene
Yep.
where they just love them and can't leave them alone, you know. And they come from all walks of life.
Yes, they do.
The common thread that brings them all together is that knife.
From all over the world.
Yeah, from all over the world.
Yep. So I never had any pocket knives when I was a kid. You know.
I always
nothing
had
to
some
do
kind of old junk pocket knife. But when I got out of high school, first job I got, the first paycheck I got, I went to Penny Cross and Craft hardware store in Terre Haute and bought a case knife. That was the first new pocket knife I ever had.
I think my first new one was a Great Eastern Cutlery 15 pattern, the 3.5 inch regular jack. Ever since then, I fell in
I
love.
always had one, but it was some kind of hand-me-down or something somebody gave me. I used to sharpen knives and spit shine boots for spending money when I was in school. I think Reese started a sharpening business when he was, hell, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old.
I read that on your website. Is this true?
50 cents, he'd take it home, clean it up, and sharpen it.
The teacher would collect the pocket knives the boys brought to school and then give them back to him at the end of the day, and he'd take them home and sharpen them.
Yeah, and give it back to the teacher, and then he'd give it to the kid, and they'd take it home. I think he raised his prices to $1 when he was in about 7th or 8th grade.
Wow. He's
So
good, though.
I give my boys pocket knives when they're 3 years old. Because they'll never learn to use one if they don't have one. And they're going to nick themselves, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Reese wanted to sharpen his one time. I give him an old razor at home. They're like a piece of glass.
Right.
Showed him how to do it. Figured he'd never get it done. But I forgot that time to a kid's like time to a hog.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it takes. I'd see him out there under a tree or behind a building. I picked it up one day and it would just roll the hair off your arm when he was about 4 or 5 years old.
Isn't that something? So did you reconsider the wisdom of that decision to give him a razor at that point, or did you figure he'd be okay?
Like I said, they ain't never gonna lose. You learn to use a knife if they don't have one, and they'll never learn to use a sharp knife if they don't have one. Sharp knife's safer than a dog.
Yep.
And they'll never learn to be safe with a knife till they cut themselves.
Say it again. Say it again.
They'll never learn to be safe with one till they cut themselves.
Oh no, no. The deal was I had to get them stitched up. I had to take them and get them sewed up.
Yeah, my daughter's 4 now, and every time she sees one of my pocket knives, she's just fascinated with them.
Yeah.
My wife's not quite all right with me giving one to him yet, but it's actually funny. I was talking to my neighbor the other day, and she's got an 8-year-old who's fascinated with pocket knives and whittling knives, and
He's old enough.
yeah, and she was worried about him getting a real sharp knife to do wood carving with, and I said the same thing. A dull knife's a lot more dangerous than a sharp one.
Then they'll never learn to use it if they don't have it.
Yep.
And they're gonna cut themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime, I still, every once in a while, get myself. Anytime I ever done it, I was just checking to see if I was still stupid.
Yeah.
Right, and
Because
you were.
It was my fault, you know.
Yeah, I almost lost the end of my thumb in August with a bandsaw.
Yeah.
Yep.
I cut everything in two, checking to see if I was still stupid.
I
yeah,
pulled a Reese the other day. I sharpened up a machete and went to cut something, lopped the end of my finger off.
super glue is my friend.
Yeah, that one was beyond super glue.
Right. When it's laying on the floor, it's too late
It
for
was
super
in the
glue.
grass. I couldn't find it. Luckily, it wasn't that bad. It just looked a lot worse than it was. Took a piece of the nail with it, but you live and you learn.
It stings.
Yeah, next time don't put your hand in front of the machete.
Yeah.
You'd think we'd learn that after once, wouldn't
Right.
you? No.
Nope.
Well, if you work with them all the time, you just get so at ease with them that you're not paying any attention. You know?
Yeah.
And then they remind you.
Yeah, some of the worst things I've had have been on that one of them grinders with a 60 grit bell on it. I mean, them things will hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got the bandsaw is my nightmare. I get a little bit too comfortable. It's good to have a healthy fear of a bandsaw blade.
You know,
You're not a
push
kid.
that push stick.
Yeah. And keep
Yeah, I got one of them in the end of my finger one time. Man, that really hurts, don't it?
They rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I'll have
rip.
to show you the pictures of this one. You saw the
Yeah, it was bad.
pictures. I stitched it up myself. And of course, it was when the wife was out of town with the kids. I was in the house by myself squirting blood out of my thumb. Oh. But you live and you learn. Luckily, it healed up. Took me out of making knives for about a month and a half, though.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
no
I'd have just ignored it.
Well, that's because you're from an age when men were men and women were
Damn right of it.
absolutely.
I think it was a double blade jack I was doing with Case. I cut the end of my thumb real bad. And I was on a deadline. I mean, it really hurt. And your thumb is what you guide your grind with.
Oh yeah.
I went ahead and did it, but man, it was tough.
Yeah. I think we've all got 1,000 scar stories on our hands.
Well, I refer you to the Wilford Works motto. Did you see it right up there?
Wait. I have to pick up and go here. Oh. The Wilford Works motto. Okay, all you demonstrators at the results of the election need to really read this motto.
Yeah, I think you're triggering a lot of people here, Tony.
We're triggering. There are hundreds of viewers who are now going to have to go get counseling and companion dogs.
Sounds safe places.
Yeah, hide
Safe
in their
places.
spaces.
Now let's see if I can put this down in remotely the same position it came from. Hey, that's pretty good.
I've showed that to some girls that weren't real thrilled with it.
Well, all right, I think we've saved all the world's problems and solved all the world's problems and successfully witnessed the torch of traditional knife making being passed from one generation to the next.
We'll keep on spreading the word. And,
Keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, at this meeting, Evan brought some stuff
Oh,
that's done that we're going to have reviewed on the Apostle P channel very soon.
should we save it or give them a little?
Let's give them a little
glimpse?
taste.
All right. Here's one that's for my dad. He's had this one in his safe for a little while. Back pocket in '01 and old canvas micarta.
You
It used to be a lot lighter, but
You guys remember this knife from August, and if you
Yeah.
look back at that video, that handle was much lighter.
yeah, it was a butterscotchy yellow, and now it's turned into a nice tan brown, almost like a nice tan leather, like a saddle brown color. It's beautiful.
I tried to
love
steal
that
this
old
knife.
stuff.
I tried to steal this knife when we were at GEC, and never could get it. But now I get to take it home.
Yep, and inspect
So-
it.
You'll
Better make it back.
Probably lose it, won't you?
I'm sure the post office will lose it.
Yeah.
Better not hear about any losses from the post office. And
The
here's
post office.
yeah, and here's a large Coke bottle that I made. It's got, if you can see it there, it's got a exotic Hawaiian mango on it. It's dyed and stabilized. Pretty neat looking piece of wood.
I think that type cover material is going to get popular in traditional knives.
Yeah, it's been getting there. It's been picking up a lot in fixed blades, as I'm sure
Right.
you know. I don't know if Tony approves of it though.
No, I don't have any problem with whatever someone wants to put on there. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Being a hardcore traditionalist, you know.
Right. It's kind of
I do like that orange, real bright orange fiber mastic.
Fiber mask.
Or they have a material called Juma. That's a real brilliant orange. I think it's pretty and be hard to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah,
you-
good for a
You
work
drop
knife.
that in the grass, you
Yeah,
might be
you're-
in trouble.
Yeah, hopefully,
Can't find it, you know.
hopefully you'll hear the thud from the weight.
Tony's a big fan of the glow in the dark acrylics, aren't you, Tony?
Or
And coontails on them for a lanyard.
Yeah, but I'm a huge fan of traditional handle materials as well, especially the jig bones.
Yeah.
I've been
Well,
spending a lot of
you
time
can-
studying them, and
A lot of these things look just fine, but the market I got probably wouldn't go for it.
Yeah. Okay, we had to take a little break there, guys, because Mrs. Bose had something for Mr. Bose to do that was way more important than an interview.
And Mr. Bose done it too.
And Mr. Bose done it.
Damn right.
The 3 things men need to learn to say before they get married, or what?
No, after you're married.
after you're married.
Make your life a lot easier. Yes, dear. Right away, dear. And I'll try to do better next time. Learn it.
There you go.
Then go do whatever the hell you want to.
yeah, I'm
But if
still.
you say it, it pacifies it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, we have had a great time sitting around yakking about knives, and I hope you guys who are watching this video have had as good a time watching it as we've had making it. And just want to thank you once again, Tony, for having us today.
You're welcome. I enjoyed your company.
Me
Yeah,
too.
Thank you for your continued hospitality.
And Evan, thank you for being the liaison, so to speak, to make
Absolutely.
this possible today.
I knew you guys would enjoy each other's company. So.
Yeah. We'll look forward to seeing your stuff in upcoming reviews.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the reviews. And don't pull any punches, please.
So I'm not supposed to be nice to you like I was with the JBF Champlin Electric Carlo?
Well, no, just pretend like you didn't know me when you reviewed that one.
Consider he has no feelings.
None.
No.
I accept constructive criticism with open arms.
That is one thing. Evan is like a sponge when it comes to learning stuff, isn't he?
Yeah,
Anything
he's
that'll
all right.
help, he'll retain it.
Well, they listen good.
I try.
That's important.
It is important.
All right, guys, we're signing off. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching, my friends. Well, how awesome was that? It's so wonderful. You know, there are several gentlemen in the knife business who are icons, legends in the knife business who late in life have made it their mission to pass on their craft to an upcoming passionate generation of knife makers. You're well aware, and I've chronicled the things going on in Escanaba, Michigan with Mike Stewart and Bark River Knives, and Tony Bose is an open book as well. If you are a young person with a passion and think maybe you'd like to make custom traditional folding pocket knives, give him a call. I'm sure he'll be happy to help. As long as you're not a liberal. You might have a problem with that, just so you know. He might even help you if you are. Just don't talk about it much. That's all for this one, my friends. I hope you enjoyed the Wilfred Works series, and I hope to post many, many more from Shelburne, Indiana, and the Boses. I think I'm going to make a trip back and just spend the day with Reese, Tony's son. That would be cool. For now, grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the word is sharp.